Aloha! Hawaiian Music Live presents Vala'au and Kanikapila. Here's your host, Bruddah Wade and Aaron Mikami.
How's it? Melikali Kimokeo, and welcome to episode number 19.
We are here. It's beautiful Aloha Wednesday. Mahalo to our friends at the Imperial Hawaii Resort. That is Bruddah Wade. I am Aaron Mikami, and man, this year has just flown by. And in fact, this is our last episode for this year. But next week, we have a special one for you in the works.
Yes. We want to get, at least say we get to episode 20, nice round number. So stay tuned. Next week, Wednesday, we'll bring something special to you.
In fact, it won't be me singing. And speaking about singing, we have our special guest in the wings. So if you can, Bruddah Wade, please introduce him.
Kamuela Kimokeo started playing music professionally with his dad in Waikiki when he was just 14 years old. A member of the award-winning group Hi'ikua, he's also toured with the likes of Jerry Santos, Raiatea Helm, Amy Hanaiali, and more. Here's Hawai'i Recording Artist and Educator Kamuela Kimokeo.
Sweet and lovely, keo nau nau kamaile. Hoi poke ala ho no shua I ka pili poli. Nanea e valea e luana kauai laila. Miki oi keki na he kopu vai kapalili. Nani ua kokai. Ai hoa pili mau e no u. Koi I ke aloha e no velo e uleu. E ne vai olu alo ko hei hei. Haina ka puana ke o nau nau ka maile. Ano ai ka pili na ele ai o me kule. Sweet and lovely ke o nau nau ka maile. Ka pili poli na nea e valea e luna ka ai laila. Miki oi keki na he kopu vai ka palili. Nani ua kokaini ai hoa pili mau e no u. Koi I ke aloha e no velo e uleu e ne vai olu. Haina ka puana ke o nau nau ka maile. Ana ai ka pilina e lei ai a me kulei. Ana ai ka pilina e lei ai a me kulei. Yeah, aloha everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, sharing some beautiful Hawaiian music with you folks. So, I hope it's beautiful. I don't know how it sounds out there, but here it sounds so wonderful. I'm so excited. They mentioned this is the 19th episode, and the season finale is the 20th. And we're in the works with Netflix, right? Bruddah Wade, trying to get this, the Netflix series, maybe Hulu, Prime, whoever gives us the best offer. It's a pleasure to be here today to be able to share some music with you guys and a little bit of stories. That particular song, Maile Swing, why did I choose that? One of my favorite Hawaiian musicians was a man named George Helm. And and he used to play that song. And my dad used to play that song. Both my dad and George were students of Kahawanu Lake. And so that song was right in that style of music that I loved. And, as an educator, when I think about songs that I want to present, I'm very interested in what makes these songs special. That song was first recorded in 1946, and that's an important year. You guys can remember that. Write it down, take notes. The teacher can come out. There's a test at the end in the comment section. In 1946, Auntie Genoa Keawe recorded that song first, and that's a composition by John Almeida. John Almeida, for those who don't know, is one of our prolific composers who actually was blind shortly after birth. And it's such a fascinating song when you know the context, that within their family, Johnny's mom was a laymaker. And she actually gave birth to Johnny while she was in the forest picking maile. And the family actually believed that it was the maile sap on her hands that caused Johnny's blindness. Now, with medical research, we know that probably wasn't the case. But it's so interesting and beautiful that John Almeida, even though it was the thing that caused his blindness, was able to find beauty in the maile and find beauty in what comes with the maile, that's sweet and lovely. And how do you pick maile? It's careful. You have to unweave, untangle it from wherever it's growing when you maile. So, those are beautiful things when you think about how this song has to do with love. And love is in my heart right now because Aaron's here. No, I'm kidding. I hate him. But, just the other day, today is December 16th, and on the 14th, I celebrated my 14th wedding anniversary. And that was a fun day. And so this song I dedicate to my wife. For our 14th wedding anniversary, I asked her, I said, what kind of lei do you want? And, actually, her first choice was pikake. And I went to the lei store and they said, sorry, no mara. So I said, oh, okay. And so I gave her the next text. Okay, what kind of lei you like now? Because no more pikake. And she said tuberose. So this is a song I do for my wife, who we just celebrated our 14th anniversary, a song called Pua Tuberose. Aloha ku'upua alao nauna Ivili ame my Kanikapila, no sweet tuberose. sweet tuberose. Oh, you know, Ku'upua tuberose for my wife. I'm going to do one more song before we get to my favorite part, which is the Vala'au part. As you can tell, the Portuguese, as Napua Greg told me one time, she said, "Oh, wow, Bruddah, the Portuguese runs wide and deep in you." And ever since then, I that's my favorite description when people ask me, "You Portuguese?" Yeah, it runs wide and deep. So this next song is actually the Portuguese person's favorite song because it gets plenty words. And it's almost a tongue twister. This is a song that my dad recorded in the early 90s. And my dad is a true Paniolo at heart. He's who influenced me to play music, him and my uncle Larry Reese. They played for 20 plus years at the Hawaiian Regent, which eventually became the Waikiki Beach Marriott. And this is one of the songs that they recorded. And my dad just loves to dress in cowboy clothes. Give him an opportunity to wear his cowboy hat and his belt buckle, and he's gonna wear them. So, for my inspiration, for my dad, a song called Hawaiian Cowboy, a song that he did. My heroes have always been cowboys, and they still are, it seems. Sadly in search of and one stepping back of themselves and the slow-moving dreams. He wahine hua koino ala hano hana vale oi Hawaii'ila. Eli ko halo ana me ka o iula ke kolu ke kuli kolo I hoi au he vale oi te wahine holo liu puna ne au Hawaii'ila. Aloi ka Hawaiian cowboy. Ulei leile hua leile hua oh leile hua leile hua ona lei he wahili o zelani koino ala kila vale oi mawila. Eli ka ko holo ana me ka o iula ke kolo ke kuli kolo I hoi au he vale oi te wahine holo liu puna ne au mawila. Aloi ka Hawaiian cowboy. Ulei Roselani, Roselani, oh Roselani, Roselani, oh Roselani, on a lei. Alele mai o I Honolulu la, o I mai o I ka aina malihini, ke kauana ku ka liu ka le poni ua pāpā mai, ma ole hua he wahili o kalakoa ko ka aina malihini, San Francisco by the Golden Gate. Aloha I ka Hawaiian cowboy. Haululei ho, laulei ulei I'm heading for that last round up. Au he vale oi te wahine holo liu e liki ko holo wana me ka oio. Ke kuli kolo I hoi. Au he vale oi te wahine holo liu muna ni au Hawaii'ila. Aloi ka Hawaiian cowboy. Haina mai ka puana leile ua o Roselani. Leili ma ona lei ona lei. Yeah, Hawaiian cowboy.
We know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawai'i Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation, getaway for two, the Imperial Hawai'i Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for The Special.
At No'eo, you'll discover more than Hawaiian-themed apparel and products. You'll discover an authenticity in our craft, a connection to the Aina and our culture. Find out more at noeodesigners.com. Visit us at Kamakanaali'i.
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
Hello and welcome back to Vala'o and Kanikapila, episode number 19. Bruddah Wade alongside Aaron Mikami. And our special guest today, Kamuela Kimokeo.
Hey, aloha, aloha.
Good to have you, and thank you for coming in, being on the show today.
Mahalo for the invite. I'm excited to be here. You know, when you hear Vala'o, I hear that and I go, oh, I got a lot to say. You know, I don't know how important it is.
we still get some more Kanikapila coming up, but yeah, this is our chance to kind of sit down, talk story, learn not only about the music side but life in general. So let's start there. We always kind of start off with where you grew up, where you was born, where you were raised.
Yep.
Can you tell us?
Wait, before I get into answering that question, so what you're saying is if I filibuster right now and just talk for real long, I don't even have to go back and play, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a filibuster. I'm kidding. Anyways, even though I love my voice, the sound of my voice a lot, I won't talk too long. Yeah, so I grew up in Kahalu'u, here on this island of Oahu. And I grew up in a very musical family. Both of my parents were music majors. My mom was a piano major, and my dad actually, even though he played Hawaiian music, he is majoring in percussion, which I think is funny. He was a timpani player, and he actually didn't graduate from college. He had like one more semester, legit. But what he realized is he took all his music classes, and the rest of the classes that were left were like English and math and science. And he's like, nah, college is not for me anymore. So that's really what happened. My mom is, to this day, she plays the organ professionally at like wedding chapels, for around the island when people come here to get married.
That's something we didn't know, because we know you grew up playing music with your dad early on, but I didn't know Mom played music as well.
Yes. Yep. She played piano, and actually that was my first instrument, was the piano. And I hated it so bad.
Why?
Sorry, Mom.
Why the hatred for the piano? What?
I wasn't good. I just couldn't play the piano. And it's funny how things work out. So to anyone out there who wants to learn music, it's weird how things like that work. You know, sometimes you connect to an instrument, and sometimes you maybe don't connect to an instrument. And sometimes you might think, oh, I don't play music, but it might be you just, like piano wasn't my thing. Yeah, it wasn't my thing. And I cried many tears at the piano. And I turned what should take 10 minutes to play whatever the easy beginning, like hot cross buns or whatever you play on the piano, into like 45-minute piano lessons. And but that's how I started. I started on piano. And finally, when I was about 12, you know, my mom gave up. You know, I remember saying, Mom, I want to quit piano. I just want to play. I'll try play ukulele instead. And she said yes. And I already had more excuses ready, you know, and I was like, wait, what? You said okay. So I was able to retire. I retired from piano at age 12 at about like a first grade level. And then from there, it went ukulele. And within a couple years, I was playing with my dad in Waikiki.
Unbelievable story.
And graduate of what high school?
The best high school.
Why the hesitation?
The best high school, you know.
You in St. Louis?
Big K, you know the Big K? You know that college?
Big K.
The Big K. Castle, yeah. K-A-S-S-O, go Castle. That's us. We're so proud of that chant, you know. Castle High School grads, we're so proud of that chant. We love it.
It's the first time I heard of that chant, but pretty good though. It's pretty
I'll
good.
teach them to you. It's traditional Oli form.
Oh, okay.
K-A-S-S-O.
Okay, no. As you gain knowledge and experience in the music industry, you're blessed to play with a lot of notable musicians. Can you name some of them?
Yes. I had such a blessed upbringing with my dad. He played, like I said, 6 nights a week at the Hawaiian Regent, which became the Marriott. And just from that alone, and this is where I got most of my tutoring in music. Constantly, there were people that were coming to, because my dad played from 9 to 1 in the morning. So their spot was the hangout spot after everyone's gigs was done. So when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, literally, I got to play with Lena Alahaili. I got to play with Dennis Paval, Auntie Ginoa. You know, all these people a lot of people who are no longer around, but and a lot who are, Uncle Edward, and then some of the ones who maybe in the world of Hawaiian music aren't as famous per se, but who have had the hugest impact. Me, people like Ryan Tang, who really took me, he scolded me plenty. He said, hey, you know, come on, listen to your father. You know, Melamina, people like that who really took the time to play and teach me and guide me in music. But I really got to play for Kahuanu Lake, you know, not with him, but for him. And so really, I had a lot of great opportunities to be tutored by these people.
So how did it come about? Did Dad say, hey, you coming with me and you going to play? Or did he, or were you like, Dad, like, I'll let go then?
I was begging.
Really?
I was begging to play. And this is a story I tell my students, and my dad likes to tell this story too. So as a 7-year-old kid, I was playing with my dad, and I knew 2 chords. I would go stand on the stage, and he would call me up, like when everyone left, like say like 11 o'clock, like, okay, Kamuela, now I'd like to feature my son. And there's like 2 people, you know, it's like late already at night. And I would go up, and I thought everyone was there waiting like to see me. And I only knew 2 chords, F and C7. So no matter what song they were playing, I played F and C7. So I remember my Uncle Larry, I'd stand by him, you know, and I'd try and, you know, play real loud because I wasn't plugged in. I just had my little ukulele, you know, just like super loud. So I wanted to make sure the audience could enjoy my music, you know, that I was presenting. And so my Uncle Larry would tell me, oh, you know what? You should go stand by your dad. And as a kid, I never know. I just thought he wanted, like, oh, yeah, you're right. I should keep it in the family. I go stand by my dad. I was throwing him off. And so there was one night I was playing with my dad, and this is a true story. I had a fat blister on my thumb, you know, because I'm playing so loud, yeah? So I started playing with my finger, and this pointer finger, and I had a huge blister. And then I started playing with this finger, and I had another big blister. I literally had, my 3 fingers were completely, like, ready to pop, yeah? And so my dad, now as a dad, I understand what he was really doing. But at the time, I didn't. He was like, oh, maybe you should go sit down, like just rest. Because, you know, I throwing everybody off. But my dad will suffer through it for me, yeah? So he's like, oh, maybe just sit down and rest. And I told him, I said, no. I said, I still got these 2, you know? And and my dad tells it, or I tell that story because that's how badly I wanted to play and how badly I wanted to learn and be a part of this life. Was I had 3 blisters that was sore as heck, but I never stopped. I still had 2 more that I could put blisters on, so that's how badly I wanted to play as a kid. I begged. I was like, Mom, I want to go with Dad. 7 years old, 9 to 1 in the morning in the lobby bar of the Hawaiian region.
That's nuts. Okay. I'm gonna mention a name to you, and if you can, just give me the first word that describes the name. Hi'ikua.
The first word that describes the name? Holy cow. Hawaiian.
Jerry Santos.
Ooh, legend.
Why legend? Why that word?
Because, Uncle Jerry's contributions are huge. And a lot of them actually go unnoticed. People forget about a lot of the stuff that he was really involved with in the 70s. Things like Kaho'olave, Waihole Waikane, the formation of Oha. The group Olomana, Frank Hewitt, they were there at these events, at all of these events. Uncle Jerry tells me stories about being there. To me, that's what is legend. Get plenty guys who can play, but to me, it's the commitment. When you literally put your career, when you take part in these political events, it can be hurtful to your career and people won't hire you. And to have that kind of dedication and just to see how he's able to take all of that experience and wealth of knowledge, and you can hear it in his music, that when he's playing it, it's not sounds coming out of his mouth. It's not just words coming out of his mouth, but every song that he plays is connected to himself. And to me, that's legend.
Okay. Amy Hanaiali'i.
Powerhouse. Entertainer to the core. Amy is one of the greatest entertainers I've ever played with. It doesn't matter who's playing. And it doesn't even matter if it was just me and her. She is going to work that crowd, and so, yeah, that wasn't one word, but you asked me Puerto Rico to give, one word answer.
Not one whole paragraph, but okay.
Yeah, one page.
Raiatea Helm.
Oh, sweet and lovely. That's one word, if you're wondering. Raiatea is one of the sweetest people that I've worked with. And for Hawaiian music, her voice is one of my favorite female Hawaiian voices. Her last album she did, the Pure Voice album, to me that's so appropriate. Her voice is so pure and so Hawaiian, and it sounds like it comes from a different generation.
I agree. Last but not least,
Ugly. Oh, who's this?
Actually, did you get this person
Wow.
name? It works because he's talking about Portuguese. Bobby Moderow.
Yep, that's exactly who I was thinking was next. I'm kidding, Bobby. I know you're out there.
You're like mental tilapia right now.
Yeah, I get tilapia. I get ESPN. I knew what was coming.
Nice.
But no, Bobby is another one. Entertainer, energetic. I'm getting a text now. Probably Bobby. And today's his birthday.
Yes, we have happy birthday to him.
We're so excited. Today's a big one. 60 years old.
60.
Yeah, he's turned 60 today. So, everyone reach out to Bobby. We're glad he's still playing at this age and, gigging. So right on, Bobby. I'm proud of you.
And you know what? He doesn't go with a cane or a walker. He walks in with his 2 feet, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And he's still, Bobby, you're my favorite human, one of my favorite humans. I finally convinced him to cut his hair, and he did that lately, which he looks gorgeous now for a 60-year-old. But another thing, that I am perplexed is Bobby, my dear friend, is one of the only guys I know that shows up to a gig with a tank top and then changes into a long sleeve Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
I said, Bobby, what? Like regular sleeves or what? Just get regular, like midway, meet me halfway. But I love you, Bobby. Happy birthday.
Good stuff. Those are some of the great folks you've been able to work with throughout your career. Musically, you continue on the music side, but also we mentioned Educator.
Yeah.
I wanted to really touch base on the great work that you're doing at the Windward Community College.
Yeah, so I'm the director of music at Windward Community College, which is really awesome. I get to, and I'm so grateful for our administration there at Windward. they really have given us the green light, or given me the green light to be creative and to be innovative and to try to figure out things that work. You know, for a long time we had our events like that's being showed right there with Josh, where we had hundreds of people that would show up for these Kanikapila events. And I created those events really as a way to imitate my upbringing, because to me, that's what helped me be grounded in the music, was I got to play with all those people. Yeah. And what I realized is, not everyone has that blessing. So Uncle Edward there and my boy Keahu, not everyone has that blessing to be able to play with all these great musicians. I was blessed because they knew my dad. So my thought was, how do I duplicate that in a college setting? So we created these Kanikapila events. Then COVID happened, and I said, dang, how do we be innovative with this? So we did our first virtual Kanikapila this past semester with Robert Casimero.
Yeah.
And we actually had a greater turnout for that than any other one we've done. We had people from the East Coast, DC, California, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, Japan, New Zealand, people that came to be a part of this Kanikapila, and it's over 300 people. So I think, these times, although hard, they've given us great opportunity to be innovative.
So kind of explain to folks how that program worked when you brought in an entertainer. They don't just go out there and play a concert for your students.
No, I tell people all the time, you'll be highly disappointed if you think you're going to a concert. This is a space almost like this to learn, to talk with the musician, to actually have interaction with my students, get to ask questions, they get to engage with them, they get to learn from them. So what happens is everyone shows up, not just to sit down, but they bring their instruments.
Right.
And when they show up, I give them sheet music for all the songs that we're going to play, and they play along with the artist. So, they can put it on their resume, like, oh, yeah, I'm in a band. Me and Josh the Tofi, we did some gigs. That's the main reason I had Josh. I just wanted to put that on my resume to up my Instagram following, Kamuela_music.
So
right?
you hit 10,000 followers?
No. So I called Aaron the other day. I was like, hey, Aaron, how you swipe up? Make the swipe up, because I'm so Instagram not savvy. How you make swipe up? And he said, you got to have 10,000 followers. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm only 9,000 short. But so I'm close. I'm getting there. So if you guys are on Instagram, Kamuela_music, and I'll be having you swiping up. Not right, but up a lot.
We thank you for all that you do for the music, of course, not only at Winter Community College, but also what you're doing professionally with a lot of great musicians. But there's a friend of ours that dropped by that wanted to say hi to you. I have a picture of that person coming up right here for you.
Oh, that's one handsome dude. Those are fake glasses, by the way.
When was this picture taken?
So I did a LDS mission, a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Arizona. And I just thought it was so hilarious. The guy that I was, you always see us in twos. We just so happened to have the same suits. It was the exact same ugly suit. And so we went to the dollar store and bought matching ties. And then we bought these matching glasses. And we even bought, it's not in the picture, but we bought the flip up sun, because I always wanted to do that just for fun. I thought it was dramatic flair to be oh, hi. Open the door to my soul, the sunglasses, poof, oh, hi.
So what year was that? Because folks probably watching going, wait, is that really Kamuela?
Yeah, that was me. Before I started bodybuilding. That was pre-bodybuilding. But that was in 2003 to 2005. I was in Arizona, and that was so cool. I got to live on the Navajo reservation and learn some Navajo and learn some Spanish in South Phoenix. I was in the hood for a year of that mission, and to where there were places we weren't allowed to go. And actually, shortly after I returned home to Hawaii, there was a serial killer in Arizona called the Baseline Serial Killer. And I literally lived on 16th Street and Baseline, which is that's the name of the road, Baseline. And he was killing people on that street. So yeah, good times.
Wow, happy holidays to everybody. Great story. This is
This is exactly what I wanted right here.
Wow, this puts me in the holiday spirit, let me tell you.
Any other questions about death or murder?
You know, one last question, since you have some time, real quick. What does Hawaiian music mean to you?
In the words of Gabby, it means a lot. That's my nationality. You know, Hawaiian music means the world to me. One of the things that that I share, even in our education programs, Hawaiian music can really give you a better understanding of who we are. Within the music, you learn about worldview. You learn about how our ancestors viewed the world with their poeticism, with their kauna, the lyrics. Not only do you learn worldview and the fact that a lot of times, for example, you learn that when a person wrote a song for a female, a lot of times they were compared to a flower. And when they wrote a song for a male, if it was a love, not every time, but they would compare them to a bird. And that's because of the nature of birds and flowers. In Hawaii, we have pollinating birds, our native birds. And so it talks about, so you learn about the worldview. You also learn about history. Our music contains a huge deal of our music history. And we're very excited just going along with this, our new program that we're offering. And this is something I really want to share today. No matter where you're living in the world right now, well, I lied. You have to be living in the currently until we are able to get some policy changes at the system level. But wherever you're living in the states, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, or any of the territories, Windward Community College has just launched a 1-year Hawaiian music certificate that will be completely online, meaning you can do it at your own pace, in your own time zone. And I've partnered with Frank Kawaikapu Kalani Hewitt. And the whole focus of this program that we've created is that we are creating a balance between mele and hula. And we want all of our participants to understand how those things really go together, how they're balanced between mele and hula, and how knowing one strengthens the other. You know, knowing hula strengthens your mele, the way that you perform it. And within the year-long program, students will learn Hawaiian language. They'll have a Hawaiian language course. They'll have hula. They'll learn Hawaiian history, music history of Hawaii. They'll learn about composition from Frank Hewitt, a class on composition. They'll also learn ukulele, slack key. So this is a really innovative program that we're really looking forward to having people from any of the states join us. And one of the cool things I think that's most innovative or that's fun is although the classes are not going to be required, so Wade, you wouldn't be required to come at 12 o'clock in the daytime. Students will have the option, no matter where they're living, to actually join the class while it's being live recorded on Zoom. So those students who want that interaction with the kumu, with the teacher, they can still have that. So it's not just like learning on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So they can, on the days they're free, they can jump and be in the lesson. If they have to work, they can do it at their own time and just watch the recording of the lessons. Nice. So we're stoked on this program. It's called the Ka'ohekani cohort, and it's a Hawaiian music certificate at Windward Community College. And the website is windward.hawaii.edu/Ka'ohekani. So that's spelled Kaohekani. I almost misspelled it.
Nicely done. And you folks are having some sort of preview this Friday.
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding me. For anyone that's interested, we are having an info session on Zoom. So even if you don't know, but you're interested in the cost or interested in what classes are on there or want to engage with myself or Kawaikapu or the academic counselor if you have academic questions, this whole certificate, all of the credits are applicable towards a liberal arts degree as well as a Hawaiian studies degree. So, that's this Friday. Just DM me on Instagram after you hit that follow button. And
you're trying.
Nicely done, Rod.
And then swipe up eventually.
Well, hey, thank you for talking story with us. Of course, we want to hear more music from you, so can we do that?
Wait, I was going to talk some more. Okay, let's play music.
Okay, so we'll do a short commercial break and come back with more music from Kamuela Kimokeo right here on Vala'au and Kanikapila.
Aloha, my name is Kamuela Kimokeo, and I'm the director of the music program here at Windward Community College. We're very excited that we are going to be starting a fully online 1-year Hawaiian music certificate. In the Hawaiian worldview, balance is something that's very important. Po, or night or dark, has ao, or light. Lani has honua, and mele has hula. So this type of balance that we're looking at, I've teamed up with one of our great community leaders, Kawai Kalani Hewitt.
O tutu man, Kawai Kalani Keia, ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui a o kou.
It's a music program that's going to be offering that balance of mele and hula.
Papa mele, papa hula, papa kanikapila, papa mo'olelo.
You'll be able to learn more about where our songs come from, how to play them, and how to move when you hear them. We hope that you're excited about this opportunity as we are to offer it, and we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you all soon.
E hele mai no o kou, a e ho'ona nea puka kou, I ki ia mau papa, I pili ano no nā mea Hawai'i. Ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui, ke aloha nui a o kou.
We know you're ready to get out of the house for a much-needed staycation in Waikiki. Stay at the Imperial Hawai'i Resort, located on Lure Street and just steps away from Waikiki Beach. Walk to everything in Waikiki. Family staycation? Getaway for two? The Imperial Hawai'i Resort has something for you. Local rates start at $149 per night and include free parking and no resort fees. Call direct at 808-923-1827 and ask for the special.
At No'eo, you'll discover more than Hawaiian-themed apparel and products. You'll discover an authenticity in our craft, a connection to the Aina and our culture. Find out more at noeodesigners.com. Visit us at Kamakana.
Hawaiian Music Live, Hawaii's internet radio, streaming a mix of Hawaiian music like you have never heard before. Traditional, contemporary, slack key, ukulele, and more. Globally engaging our communities through live Hawaiian music and events. For a calendar of where you can go to see live performances of Hawaii's incredible artists, visit hawaiianmusiclive.xyz. Wherever you listen and however you listen, please support Hawaii's music. Hawaiian Music Live.
So one of my greatest influences in Hawaiian music, a man who I dearly love, is Cyril Lani Pahinui. I learned a lot from him. I spent a lot of good time with him. And this is one song that he and Larry Kimura put together. A medley of songs that they did. Ike kai aulu apa e mai he leo na he hali o i mai ui e i o une ke kai aulu apa he mai he leo na hea e hali unu iho o i mai o e ku sweet memory o kumoe moea he halia Ina vapau he haupui he hoi mai oe he ne I one There are days that I dream you'll be mine all of the time. How I wish you were here, oh so very near to me, 'cause I love you. Oh, Kule o ka po po anu o ka hino sweetheart mine e pili mai ina oe au ike Makana e makana na ke aloha no na kaua kau o oe au sweetheart mine e pili mai no na kaua kau o sweetheart mine, happy mine. That was from Uncle Cyril. Wherever you are, Uncle, that's for you. You know, I figure since we're here in Waikiki, it would be good to do a Waikiki song. Just a few, maybe a mile down that way is the Honolulu Zoo. And where the Honolulu Zoo stands now once was a man-made island named after the president of the Kapi'olani Park Association. I believe his name was John McKee or James, one of the two J's. Anyways, this particular song is a great example of how you can learn history, like how I mentioned with Bruddah Wade and Aaron. You can learn history, you can learn about worldview, you can learn about composition all in one mele. This particular song has a lot in it if you look at it. So one, you learn history. You learn that there was once an island there called Maki's Island. The only way to get to this island was by passenger boat. And couple is a favorite place of young couples. And the interesting thing about this song is it places us there at Maki's Island and saying it's a place that we love. And it says, Aina ka ehu ehu ke kai. That's a beautiful line because Hawaiian poetry can touch the senses, meaning Aina ka ehu ehu ke kai means it's that land that has that ehu kai, that sea breeze. So when you hear that lyrically, if you understand what's happening in that mele, not only do I know that sea breeze because I've been to Waikiki or been near an ocean, but I can smell it. Yeah, I can smell that sea breeze in my mind. I go, oh, I know what that smells like. The next verse says, Elua e kolu no mako I ka ailana mahia hie. Means that sometimes there's two of us, sometimes three of us that go to this island and enjoy the calm there. However, there's a lot of kauna in that verse as well. Elua e kolu can mean you and I, and also in the Hawaiian worldview, they also included the place, which would be the third person there. Elua, the two of us, and the place is Ekolu. That's the three of us. But also there's another old saying that two would go and three to the island and three would come back. Meaning two people go, three come back. I'll let you do the math, how that happens. But it was the composer who writes this song. He tries to capture that, saying that he would walk past the island, hear laughter coming from the island, and wonder what's going on over there. So here's a beautiful song called Maki Ailana for that place just down the road. Maki Ailana ke aloha aina I ka ehu o ke Maki Ailana ke aloha aina I ka ehu o ke Elua e kolu no maku I ka ailana mahi e This verse says it's getting a little chilly. Move closer. Ina o you me no e no pai pai. Maki aina hu e kamana Aina ia mai ana kapuana Maki aina hu e kamana Maki Ailana. Okay, well, it's about that time. It's just about lunchtime for me. I haven't eaten in at least an hour, so it's time to eat again. I'm a hobbit. Anyways, this last song that we're gonna do, you figure, how often do you get to play in December? So I'm gonna do one Christmas song. This is a song that for local people, we only dream about. It's a song called White Christmas. And, I've never had a White Christmas. Jerry Santos and I were touring in Cleveland one year with Mapuana de Silva and their halal. And it was in January. And I remember Uncle Jerry had never seen falling snow. So we were sitting eating breakfast. And he looked out the window. He said, ugh. He's like, look, there's like dust blowing off the roof. He thought it was blowing off the roof. And I was like, Uncle, that's snow. And he's like, that's snow? So we ran outside, and we were both wearing like slippers and T-shirts, and we're like, it's snowing. And it was like snowing kind of hard. And we enjoyed it for about 3 minutes. And then we were like, we hate this, and let's go back inside. It's really cold. So for those of you who are dealing with snow, wherever you're watching from, I just want to move to the right a little. It's really sunny here. The beach looks pretty warm. So get your COVID test, and maybe you can come over here and hang out with us. So, song called White Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I heard about, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Ladies and gentlemen, dancing the hula, Aaron Mikami. I'm just kidding. Stay over there, Aaron. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and Aaron listens to hear sleigh bells in the snow. Oh, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be